Good evening. This is CTV News for Tuesday, February 14th, otherwise known as Valentine's Day. I'm Patricia Ballone.
And I'm Byron Scott. Glad to have you with us tonight. Well, a coalition of groups, including the American Civil Liberties Union, is pushing for criminal justice reform. The group's holding a press conference in Annapolis this morning. Proponents say they want to take the politics out of parole. Currently, someone serving a life sentence cannot be paroled unless the governor signs off on it, even if the state's parole commission recommends it. Two bills in the legislature would take the governor out of that equation.
It's simply a bill that says the governor will no longer be a part of having to give his consent to someone that the parole board or commission has already paroled or recommended for parole.
No governor has done the right thing in terms of listening to the recommendations of his own parole board. Okay? The people who are on parole boards are some of the most conservative folks appointed by governors. And if they make a decision about a person being on parole that perhaps he should step down in his security and perhaps even be released, why wouldn't we listen to them?
Similar measures were introduced in 2015, but no action was taken by legislative committees.
Prince George's County Councilman Mel Franklin has elected to have a jury trial on charges stemming from a November 2016 crash that sent two people to the hospital. The District 9 councilman was in a government-issued vehicle at the time. Franklin is accused of driving under the influence in his county SUV and hitting a Mercedes that was stopped at a traffic light. In addition to the DUI, he's charged with driving while impaired, negligent driving, and failure to control speed to avoid a collision. Now, a prosecutor from Montgomery County will be brought in to try the case.
And things get heated on the Senate floor in Annapolis during discussion of a Senate bill that would set up a new commission to oversee safety on Metro. Senate President Mike Miller urging his colleagues to take action on the measure. This after the Federal Transit Administration announced on Friday it would withhold millions of dollars in funding from D.C., Maryland, and Virginia until they create an oversight safety committee. The three jurisdictions missed an earlier deadline. Miller says he wants action taken this week. Meantime, a group of U.S. senators, including Maryland's Chris Van Hollen, introduced paid parental leave legislation for federal employees. In a statement, Van Hollen says, quote, "As we fight for this right for all American workers, the federal government can set an important example by providing paid parental leave for civil servants. Although the Family and Medical Leave Act allows employees to take 12 weeks of unpaid time away from work to tend to medical and family issues, it doesn't provide any paid time off for parents. Supporters say the measure would save the government $50 million annually in turnover and replacement costs."
A couple of suspects attempt to pull off a brazen robbery this morning. According to police, they ripped off an ATM out of the BP gas station in Lanham. As robbers tried to get away, they were spotted by police who began to chase them from Maryland into the district. The suspects abandoned their van on Suitland Road near Southern Avenue. Investigators are looking into whether the ATM robbery is related to similar crimes in the area. So far, they have not released any details on the suspects. And you're watching CTV News. I'm Patricia Ballone.
And I'm Byron Scott.